You're watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Special ed as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, and she's on a full scholarship. She plays softball for the University of New Mexico. Good evening, KUAM. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to the Buzz. Right here this evening, my in-studio guests are, of course, the students from GW High School, and they are incoming seniors, the class of 2012. And they are, of course, Erica Respicio, who is the incoming vice president. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay. And also Francesca Di Oro, SBA historian. Hey, historian, we need to tell. Anyways, ladies, the reason why I asked you to come in this evening was the fact that you've made the news the past couple of weeks yourselves, along with your graduating class, 2012, this upcoming school year. You presented to the 31st KUAM legislature a petition of 1,000 or over 1,000 petition or signatures on petition.
Yes.
Please explain to the people.
On the last day of school, we issued a petition that basically stated our dissatisfaction with the school's conditions and overcrowding, and basically said that we didn't want to have double session because that was being proposed the day before the last day of school. So in the span of 6 hours, students sent out the petitions to their classes, and it got over 1,000 signatures in that amount of time. And that doesn't include all the seniors who didn't go to school that day, or all the kids who just skipped school. It was 1,000 kids that were at GW that agreed that we didn't want double session and that we wanted our issues to be addressed.
Now, what prompted this? You already knew that the upcoming school year, your school year 2011, 2012, basically, you're going to have an influx, of course, of more students coming in, and I think that's to the tune of anywhere between 300 and 400 more students in your already overcrowded school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did they tell you ahead of time? How did you find out that that you were going to have this influx of students this next school year?
Well, GW has been overcrowded for over a decade or so, and we already knew that we were overcrowded during the past school year. We were at like 2,700, and the capacity of our school is like 2,100. So we've been overcrowded, and this year we just know that it's going to be more because of the middle schools that are feeder schools. So that's over 300 new freshmen, and only 400 graduates left. So.
Now, the proposal, what again, some of the leaders, I don't know if it's administrators or the legislature had proposed the extended hours of your school day, basically. Likewise, maybe even a split session like you've encountered before. Now, neither one of those were acceptable to the student body. So basically, what happened? Status quo?
We wanted status quo. The student body wanted status quo, and also the teachers wanted status quo, because double session just puts too much of a strain on the campus, on the teachers, and on all the students. As freshmen, we had to double session with JFK, and so when we got out at 12, we basically did not have a lot of learning time in the classroom, and it was actually our SAT 10 scores went down the lowest for that year, and we just didn't want to deal with that again, having to lessen our class time just because of the overpopulation. It is our education that is going to suffer for this, and plus the teachers and the admin would have had to work overtime, and of course they would get paid, but it's still a lot of stress on them.
Now, let me ask you this. I mean, yes, your school has been overcrowded since at least since you've been there, and this year another influx of about 300 students, more students. Now, what would this do again to your learning experience in the classroom, the already overcrowded classrooms?
Every time it's overcrowded in a classroom, there aren't enough desks, there aren't enough supplies for every single student. So sometimes there will be kids sitting on the floor, kids without books, in small classrooms, and the teachers have a really hard time a lot of the time getting all those 35 students, up to 35 students, to focus. And it takes a big strain on our learning environment.
Now, let me ask you this. In your learning experience, your schooling experience from elementary to middle school to high school, has overcrowding been the norm in all facets of your schooling experience?
No. No.
No.
Just in high school?
Just in
Okay.
high school.
Now let me ask you this. The fact that overcrowding has been the norm in your high school experience, and you were just saying that previous school years when overcrowding was a part of the norm, I guess, that students would be sitting on the floors, no books and things like that. What you're saying to me, that's a normal high school experience, at least in your experience as high school students.
Yes.
Yeah. At least
At GW.
You know, and ladies, you know, it's just totally unacceptable. And I you know, you were quoted here in the Pacific Daily News where it says that status quo will be all right. You just wanted a room, you wanted a desk to be able to have a desk, and likewise have aircon. And overcrowding seems to be a norm. And because this has been a norm since your high school experience, you know what? It wasn't a norm when I was going to school, and this goes back, you know, 35, maybe going, yeah, about 35 years. It's not the norm. You know, your parents pay taxes. I pay taxes. You will be paying taxes. Let me just say this. I can guarantee you 100%. If you visit any of the either superintendent or deputy superintendents or even any of the senator's office, I guarantee that every single one will have a desk. None of them will have a chair without backing. A lot of them probably will have cushioned, high-rise chairs. Why is it a norm for our students and not a norm for again our elected leaders? I'm just baffled with the constant no money for this, nothing for this, and going into the school, you want the status quo, you want the same school times, but yet there are no solutions. There are no solutions. You're not going to be alleviated from the overcrowding. Desks will probably still be a challenge because there's supposedly no money for a desk. Books will definitely be a problem. You know, you probably have to bring your own toilet paper to the schools.
People do.
Yeah. No, I've been to schools where I was talking in the classroom and students would raise their hand to go to the bathroom and they would ask for toilet tissue and the teacher would have it in a desk. Anyway, we'll talk more about that and the challenges in this upcoming school year. You can chat to these young ladies right here by dialing 632-8255 or 632-TALK. We'll be right back.